PlayStation is becoming PlayStation without the station part. It'll make sense in a minute after this bit. Hello players, welcome to Sexy Tech. I am your tech jester, Buzz Stringer, the guy who makes your GPU run hotter than your mum's OnlyFans. Take off your pants and squeeze into something less comfortable, with more latex. That's what I like. Okay, earlier today, Sony, in their infinite boardroom wisdom, confirmed what we all feared, but were too emotionally unstable to admit, that Sony is moving away from hardware. That, yeah, after 25 years of pushing increasingly phallic-looking consoles, Sony has decided, hey, maybe plastic boxes aren't the future. Maybe we should pivot to platforms. Because, of course, everything in 2025 is a platform. Like my Patreon is a platform. I look forward to your comments. Now let's be clear, Sony made the decision now, not because it's right for gamers, not because it's innovative, but because the shareholders had erections harder than Elden Ring's difficulty curve and over the words monthly active users. That's what really gets them going. According to Sony's latest earnings call and my previous video where I also mentioned this, but in case you haven't seen that one, I'll give you the number again. The PS5 has shipped 80.3 million units. Game and networking services made a cheek-clenching 936.5 billion yen. I know none of you know what that means. So that's $6.35 billion in Q1 alone. But do they want to make more money selling great hardware? Nah, that's too much effort. Instead, they want to milk the engagement teat until the nipples fall off. Operating income doubled to a record $1 billion thanks to third-party software sales and people paying $10 dressed like Kratos in a Fortnite banana suit. Yeah, this is the future of gaming. And it's Kratos, because I'm British. During the investor Q&A, you're gonna have to bear with me for this name, Satehika Kaiawa, it's time for Africa. So Sony's finance guy and part-time Funko Pop basically came out and said, we are moving away from a hardware-centric business model to a platform business. And the translation there is that we don't want to make consoles anymore. We want to become the Steam Deck sugar daddy, and we want you to play God of War on your Xbox, on your Switch, and on a smart fridge if it gets us to more monthly active users. And look, I get it, consoles are expensive, supply chains are nightmares, and making silicon is harder than finding a straight man at a BTS concert. That was a joke. I look forward to your comments. Or we can meet at the next BTS gig. But Sony, have you forgotten who you are? Remember the PS1, the grey slab of magic? The PS2, the black obelisk that made DVDs cool? PS3, well, okay, we don't really need to talk about the overpriced George Foreman grill, but still, it had resistance, Fall of Man. It had home. Okay, maybe we shouldn't talk about home either. But now you're just becoming a goddamn launcher, a glorified app store, a white label platform that hopes you'll spend $70 on Horizon, everyone's still bored edition. Now available on Linux, Raspberry Pi, and the Etch-a-Sketch Pro. Let's not forget this entire platform even exists because of the 25 years of hardware dominance. The only reason people still give a shit about PlayStation's platform is because of the PlayStation hardware. It gave us Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy, Gran Turismo, and Last of Us. Games that become part of my personality before I even grew boy hair. Sony's acting like it can just dismount the hardware pony and mid-race and hop on a subscription unicorn and call it engagement like we won't notice. But we noticed. Oh, we noticed. So what now? Was Sony jumping into bed with everyone and Microsoft throwing money at publishers like a teenager in a strip club and well, that's only Nintendo remains standing like a stubborn grandpa at a vegan barbecue. Nintendo's like, yeah, you kids enjoy your streaming and your crossplay. I'll be over here underclocking Tegra chips from 2017 and still outselling you both. And you know what, Nintendo? I respect it because at least Nintendo knows what it is. They're the weird kid in the corner who doesn't give a shit what you think. And they're still somehow the only ones making money by selling cardboard and plumber fetishes. PlayStation the console, 1994 to 2025. Cause of death? Terminal engagement. Okay, it didn't go out with a bang. It went out with a corporate memo and a dry-ass earnings call. I'll miss the smell of fresh plastic, the startup sounds, I'll miss the overheating fans that made it sound like a jet engine launching out of your TV, but most of all, I'll miss pretending that the console wars actually mattered. Because now there's no war. There's only monthly active users. And monthly active users is boring. And you know what's not boring? You're not boring. As always, I look forward to all of your comments. Pop them down below, and until next time, stay sexy and be excellent to each other. I used to have a phobia that I was being followed by a clown, but now I can look back and laugh.